Welcome back to the very first Outsiders for 2021. I'm James Morrow here, as always, with Rita Panahy and Rowan Dean. And if you hush, are very quiet for just a moment, you might hear a low and distant hum. Not of the summer cicadas buzzing away, but rather of the snoring of somnolescent journalists who have decided that after 4 years of obsessive, histrionic, hysterical, competitively outraged, and downright bonkers coverage of the Trump administration, it is time to settle down for a nice 4-year nap. Now, to be fair, most presidents get a honeymoon, especially Democrats. The Washington Post website running a story about efforts to impeach Trump just 18 minutes after his inauguration in 2017 was the exception rather than the rule. But what's going on now between the press and the Biden-Harris administration is more loved up and nauseating to watch than a naughty weekend with Charles and Camilla. To see what I mean, check out this from the Washington Post's Matt Visor, who tweeted and wrote in a story, "Joe and his deceased son, Beau, used to watch an eagle soar by the dock. Now, when Biden steps to a lectern, he will be greeted by a presidential seal. It features as its most prominent symbol a bald eagle, a reminder both of what he has accomplished and what he has lost." Funny, it seems like not even 6 months ago, Trump was getting called out for using an eagle in his campaign material, because back then, to the media, the eagle symbolized, quote, Nazi imagery. Speaking of imagery, here's CNN's David Chalayan loving the light show that got put on at the inauguration.
Those lights that are just shooting out from the Lincoln Memorial along the reflecting pool, it's like almost extensions of Joe Biden's arms embracing America. It was a moment where the new president came to town and sort of convened the country in this moment of remembrance, outstretching his arms.
An embrace, you say? From Joe Biden? Was a free hair sniff included? White House press conferences have also gotten off to a far less contentious start, with journalists lobbing hardball questions like this one here.
Will he keep Donald Trump's Air Force One color scheme change?
This is such a good question. I have not had the opportunity to dig into that today, given the number of executive actions, orders, the inauguration, a few things happening. I will venture to get you an answer on that, and maybe we can talk about it in here tomorrow.
And here the media all but cheered when Donald Trump's daughter's Ivanka's fashion line closed down. Now the New York Times and others are running puff pieces promoting the social justice fashion line of Kamala Harris's niece, Meena. Oh, and in keeping with the new first commandment of Washington journalism, if you can't find anything nice to say about the Bidens, say nothing at all. Anything that might embarrass the new administration is also being disappeared. Reason magazine has uncovered the Washington Post attempting to memory hole a story about Kamala Harris telling a joke about inmates begging for food and water, something in particularly bad taste given her own, shall we say, checkered record on mass incarceration. And lo and behold, CNN has taken its coronavirus death counter off of its screens. All those COVID deaths are only on the president's head when the president is a Republican, it seems. We all know what's going on here, and every now and then, even the left admits it. Look at what happened when an MSNBC host said the quiet part loud about how the media would have covered Trump's inauguration had the Republican won a second term.
It will be a smaller inauguration ceremony, but they're still having one in person. And let's be honest. You know, if President Trump did this, he would be getting crushed for hosting a super spreader event. We'd all be saying it.
Buckle up, outsiders. It's going to be a long 4 years.